So now what do I do? Well, I guess there's only one thing. There's something I'd like to know. Are you real? Can you feel?
Hi friends, stay tuned at the end of the video. If you resonate with your pile, there will be a link to another video, and that was specifically for that grouping, that pile. Okay, it's an older video, but it's going to be a pick a card with the topic that you're needing to hear according to Spirit, and so there might be another message in there for you. Okay, I was going to do a members only, but Spirit wants all of you guys to sort of partake in this secondary message, and so you'll see next to the timestamp, there's another link to a video. That video will be a recording, a video for you. Select from that pile as well. And so it's like a two for a reading, okay? 2 videos for the price of 1. So let's get into today's reading. Hi friends, Prairie Vintage. My name is Linda. I'm an energy intuitive reader here on YouTube. I use spirits, my intuition, the tarot to communicate energies to you guys, you most fabulous viewers. Thank you so much for joining me today. You guys are all very safe and welcome in this space with me today. Today's reading, we're looking at the energy of the lionsgate and everything going on astrologically and how that's impacting a major shift going on in your energy. So what significant major shift is happening next for you guys, beautiful angels? We have 4 options to choose from. I will share the decks I'll be using for these piles. Option number 1 will be using the Hermetic Tarot. And option number 2 will be using the Crystal Tarot. Option number 3 will be using the Sci-Fi Tarot. And for option number 4, we'll be using the Sacred She Tarot. And then for Oracle cards, we'll be using the Essential Oil or Oracle cards. Divine Abundance. And the Soul Trees Oracle cards. Numerology messages. Poesis, or Poesis, I don't know how to say that, Poesis, and the Iris. All right, gorgeous angels. Sit with these 4 piles, whichever one calls you will most likely be the one with the most amount of messages. Absolutely fine to resonate with multiple piles. If you're feeling stuck, close your eyes, open your eyes, whichever one feels right will most likely be the one for you. Okay, come up with what you'll see, feel, or hear to determine whether the pile is the right pile for you by using your intuition. Only you could do this, okay? And I will see you guys at your pick. Beautiful angels, you guys picked the Hermetic Tarot. We're going to shuffle your cards, and we have pre-shuffled oracle cards. I've not looked at these. All right, and I'm going to use the essential oil oracles sort of as a closing out of the message, some guidance or whatever you're needing to know. All right, so we're looking at the next major shift happening here with the Lionsgate energy and everything else going on astrologically to see what sort of major significant change is going to be happening in your world. Okay, if you don't resonate with this pile, that's absolutely fine. Go check out another pile. Okay, so we have the divine source. Help me know that all my deepest needs will be met. Let me trust that you have a plan and the right actions will come. You are my source for it all. Wow, beautiful. I don't think I've seen this card. I've had this deck for quite some time. We have detachment. And we have accept help with yin moon. Okay, so some feminine energy here. And we have talk to the moon and communicate. So interesting because feminine is definitely moon energy and looks like she's staring up at the moon. Communicate. We have a full moon here and a crescent moon here. We have tears. and a rose. And then we have seek. And we have something that is never truly yours with 27, or the number 9. Okay, so 9 is the number of fruition, completion, fulfillment. It's also the number of the moon, which is feeling, I know we're using the moon oracle, but very heavy sort of feminine energy with moon. Okay, moon's also about our subconscious or fears or emotions. I feel a lot of emotions here. Okay, especially with tears. Let's see, spirit for pile number 1. What major significant change is taking place for, wow, those went flying. Let's use them. Which ones? Like this? Okay, look at the moon. We just finished talking about this. 6 Pentacles, Ace of Wands, King of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, 3 of Cups, and Death, Scorpio. That's this detachment energy. Okay, and then these two are sort of read independently. Bottom of the deck, we have the Hangman, Pisces energy. I don't read bottom of the deck reverse. And these two, we have the 9 of Wands. It is in reverse. And then the 7 of Pentacles, it is in reverse. Okay, your message is very clear, but I'm going to sit here with this energy and then I will start to channel. Although I will read the words at the bottom for those of you guys. Choose this one. So this is ruler of flux and reflux. Prince of chariot of fire. So I'm feeling some Pisces energy, even though this is fire, just from the chariot energy. Okay, and then we have the Lord of material success, the Lord of abundance, the Lord of root of power of fire, child of the great transformers. I just heard more than meets the eye. Spirit of the mighty waters, and then Lord of great strength, Lord of success, success unfulfilled. Okay, just give me a sec. Sorry if it's dark in here. Okay, beautiful angel. What's shifting in your world here? I feel like you've been in an energy for some time that's been very heavy on you emotionally. Very, very heavy. And it could be a major disappointment because I do feel like there's been a lot of time spent in desiring something that might mean a whole lot to you emotionally. You know, maybe something that you're very emotionally connected to or have been invested in some way that's been unfulfilling, because I feel it hasn't been producing or hasn't reciprocated or hasn't blossomed yet. And I feel like it's been a challenge trying to move forward or at least gain some sense of direction as far as if it's not this, then what? And so Spirit is assuring you that this period of time has been working with the divine, no matter how stuck or stagnant you might have felt, no matter how this feels almost like mourning, you know, feeling very, I don't know, like hard to move forward and trying to figure out what can I do? What more can I do? How can I turn this around? How can I succeed? How can I have victory here? How could there be success and celebration? You know, like I think you wanted to really partake in something or experience something. It could be anything, like a connection or a fulfilling job or a deep fulfilling relationship or friendships. You know, it seems like, I don't know, things have fallen flat here in some way for quite some time. So this next significant change is Spirit working with your understanding so that you can surrender. And this doesn't mean whatever you're working on, forget about it, that it's just not going to succeed in any way. Spirit is saying trust that this next stage, Spirit's guiding you for the most fulfilling experience. So if you were wanting, let's say, a fulfilling relationship, you know, Spirit's going to guide you towards one or bring one towards you. Could it be this one? Absolutely. But there's a process here of Spirits working with you because this is all about your true surrender. And I feel like both of this 9 of Wands in reverse and the 7 of Pentacles in reverse is like a surrender type energy, but it almost feels like I give up. I give up because I keep getting disappointed or I'm stuck. I can't do anything here, and Spirit's acknowledging this isn't in the hands of you doing anything that's either going to succeed or not succeed. This is all a process of you going through some form of spiritual insight about yourself and about how to engage with whatever it is that's has been going on in your world in order for there to be a massive transformation in your world, specifically in this area. Some of you guys, it could be in all areas, romance, your career, your family life, your home life. And so more than meets the eye was coming through when I was saying transformers here, but it's really because Spirit is saying we've been in a mindset, okay, that's been very focused on what it is that we were trying to manifest. But I feel like we might have been very attached to that outcome, and that outcome unfolding in a way that we wanted to see and have and hold and experience. And Spirit is saying outcomes can happen in many different ways, and to hold a vibration of what we want to experience and then allow Source to bring it towards you. Accept the help that life isn't about what it is that you can control or do. And so, yes, it's important to take action when we can, when we have agency to make choices and decisions. I know my throat's getting really, and we have communicate too. So I feel like there's an intensity going on within you, a desire going on within you, but there seems to be a disconnect here. And feeling maybe like on your own, like you got to manifest on your own, or like you got to create on your own, or you got to have success on your own, or find balance on your own, or do something. And Spirit saying, no, you're not alone here. And so this lesson of experience has been one to learn to trust the divine, to learn to trust yourself in not having to control or attach to outcomes, and still be fulfilled and gain what it is that you're wanting. Wow. So sometimes we're not given exactly what we want, but we're given exactly what it is that we're needing. Okay. But I feel like in this case, Spirit is wanting to give to you what you need and what you want. Okay. But what you're wanting might be something here that we'd have to process a surrender. We'd have to process a full lesson. We'd have to release certain parts of self. Now, this transformation, I do feel, is in releasing and detaching from old patterns of ways of thinking. Okay, so we might have had certain understandings of how to engage and go about things. And maybe it's always worked in the past, or maybe it's something that we felt we had to hang on to in order to protect ourselves or to accomplish, to be successful. And Spirit is saying this is a much deeper sort of unfolding, because what Spirit wants to gift to you is something here that could be truly, truly fulfilling and exciting and invigorating. But when our mindset is stuck on something, we're not open to see the gift that's being offered. And so Spirit is going to want you to be open, okay? Open to receive. And Spirit wants you to know that anything that doesn't belong to you or isn't aligned to you, release it. Don't try to fixate, okay, on an idea or a story or a thought of what something could be, okay? Because what Spirit really wants you to know is that everything has high potential. Okay, everything can vibrate in a high potential, but things can also go in a lower vibration. They can also not reach potential. It could also not be the right time or aligned with the best possible outcome for you. And so Spirit knows where Spirit is guiding you. And so there's a need to trust in the new unfolding, because I feel like things are going to start moving for you. Okay, and you might feel some discomfort, because I think even though we didn't like where we were at, because I do feel it was unfulfilling or exhausting or tiring and very heavy, emotionally depleting. I feel like you've been depleted because you've been here for a while. Spirit is saying that Spirit's going to navigate you. Okay, you just have to be willing to move with Spirit. Okay, even if it feels like you might be moving away from whatever sort of outcome you were wanting, or away from It might seem to you like you're giving up on something here, and Spirit saying, no, this is just telling Spirit you truly surrender and you're truly open to engaging in a way here that Spirit wants you to engage, because only through the detachment and the release are you creating space for the new. And so Spirit here with Communicate and these praying hands has heard your prayer, understands what you want. You haven't gone unnoticed, but it's like we're praying for help or what we want, but then our hands are too full. We're not accepting the help here. And Spirit is saying there is nothing to do here in regards to forcing outcome or any of this type of stuff. This is essentially about opening our hands to receive. Okay. And I feel like it's not going to be a stationary energy. And so this might feel a little discomforting, like I said, because we might be moving in a direction and Spirit wants you to move in whatever direction Spirit's moving you. Don't get attached or stuck to where you're at out of a comfort or out of a deep desire for it to turn into something. Okay. There is no turning into anything here. There's just allowing spirits to work with you and releasing so that what is for you can come in. That's very clear. Okay. Queen of Swords in reverse. Yeah. So there was a lesson to be learned and we weren't fully understanding it. And we aren't fully seeing either what it was that maybe we were wanting to see. And so it's like, what more can I do? What more, hasn't been done? There was I think an understanding you had, but I think it was a misunderstanding of your experience or what you were involved with, because I think emotionally we might have been projecting what the situation might have meant or what it should mean, and this was really getting in the way of the truth and the clarity, because truth and clarity is coming to you. Okay. And so when we have truth and clarity, we can release, and then we make space for new, we make space for reality and change and growth. And I feel like you're getting exactly what it is that you're praying for, what you're wanting here. Okay. But this is a major shift for you, because I feel like we might have had a very difficult time, moving if we weren't sure or clear of the direction. We might have been very stuck, hung up. So let's see with these essential oracle cards. Spirit, what more for pile 1 in regards to this change, this shift for pile 1? Are they needing to know? We have geranium. Okay, and it says nurturing. The trigger statement is I am all in my head. And the true statement is I create with pleasure. Take time to rest. And in that time, be open to create pursuits. Surround yourself with things that please your senses and be gentle with yourself. So I feel like we've been, like I said, trying to think, plan, and be a doer and trying to achieve something. But Spirit is wanting you to know that there is nothing to do. Okay. Creating with pleasure means you're going to be creating with your heart, whatever it was that you were wanting. Okay, but nurturing, true nurturing would be allowing ourselves to receive what it is that Spirit's wanting to give to you. It feels almost like we were blocking or keeping out true blessings. And whether we were doing it on purpose or whether we were doing it subconsciously, whether we were doing it just out of a fixation or out of a mind belief that we had, this is shifting for you, okay? Pleasure will come, but we need to make space for it. Okay, so it says time with revive. The trigger statement, I cannot stand myself. The true statement is I am aligned. Yeah, so we're getting aligned to what's meant for us, okay? Go within and allow everything that is not resonant to be purged so you can come from your heart, your seat of power. So exactly, look, we're purging, detachments, this death card, release, so that what is aligned for us can come. Okay, but I do feel like emotionally, I feel we were attached. Okay, and so we might think we were aligned with the heart. And I feel like maybe this was the misconception, the need to shift how we're seeing it. What is for you does not have to be forced, does not have to be clung on to, doesn't have to be difficult and heavy. What's for you moves in with your flow. And so Spirit is saying, trust in the divine flow. When you start in the flow, you're going to become aligned with what's for you, and you'll see how much of a match it is. Okay, it's a true blessing here. It's not exhausting. It's not depleting. Okay, so we were kind of involved in depleting ourselves by staying put in some way here, you know. But I think we're needing to see the light or understand the bigger lesson here. Experiment, conviction, trigger statement. No one listens to me. The true statement. My voice is heard. Stand strong and communicate your message. The world is ready to receive what you have to share. Look at this with communicate. So maybe we're trying to sing in someone else's sort of world, you know? It's like I'm not being heard for my own true expression because you weren't getting or receiving there. And so with conviction, it's like I'm going to be totally committed to aligning with Spirit. Okay, but I feel like the conviction of surrender, you know, and to be standing in your highest truth of what you want to say. Okay, because I do feel like we might have been bending to, you know, like turning ourselves into a pretzel here, trying to, I don't know, like squeeze something out here that wasn't providing anything of substance. Okay, so encouraging with motivation. Trigger statement, I don't know where to start. Encouraging, true statement, I take action now. You will find clarity and the ability to create now. This is your time to make things happen. Wow, I create with pleasure, make things happen. So you're manifesting something here. Absolutely. Okay, Spirit wants you to manifest it with your heart. Spirit wants you to take a step in that direction. There's too much old way of being that got in the way of the new. And so this major shift coming in with this lionsgate is the new mindset, a new trust in self, and aligning with our authenticity. This is going to bring in true manifestations. This is going to bring you abundance and happiness. Okay, so I think you're trying to align with something that wasn't for you, or make something work or something fit that wasn't for you. Okay, or at least in the vibration you were at in that time and how you were going about it. And so this movement will allow there to be harmony, celebration. Okay, Lord of Abundance. Abundance is coming to you. You just have to be ready to receive. Okay, so beautiful angel, this is your message. I hope this helped you guys. There's strong divine feminine energy running through this. Okay, you don't have to be a born female, but it is feeling very much like divine feminine energy, and you being in the energy of divine Empress, which means being able to receive, okay, from a flow state, knowing self-worth and healthy energetic boundaries. Okay, so we have some Taurus Libra energy with that divine Empress energy and a lot of moon. So we have some Cancer energy. And with the 9, we have some Virgo energy, some Pisces over here, and Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy, and some Scorpio. Okay, so beautiful angel, this is your reading. I hope this helped you, and I will see you at the next one. Bye-bye. Hello, gorgeous angels. Pile number 2. You guys pick this deck right here, and this is the Crystal Tarot. And pre-shuffled oracle cards. I've not looked at these yet. We ask the divine, what sort of major shift is happening for you next? Okay, with this Lionsgate energy and everything going on astrologically. And Spirit is going to deliver what sort of shifts are coming in with this energy. Okay, so I do ask you use your intuition, which you'll see, feel, or hear to determine whether this pile makes sense for you. We'll shuffle the tarot and let's begin. So we have right action, and it says apparigria. Literally means let everything that wants to go, go, and everything that wants to come, come. Okay. Mystery. And embrace uncertainty with moonlit. And we have flow. Wow. Very synchronistic here. And then we have the messenger with card 19. Okay, closed book. So I'm getting some High Priestess, Pisces energy, and then Sun energy with the 19. Okay, so some Leo, some Pisces. Getting some, yeah, High Priestess. A lot of High Priestess, a lot of unknown. Let's take a look at your tarot. Spirit, for pile number 2, what's this major shift coming in or happening energetically for pile 2 with the lionsgate. Clear and concise message for the greatest and highest good of pile 2. Please protect me and the viewer as I channel this message for the greatest and highest good of pile 2. Thank you so much, pile 2, for allowing me to tap into your energy, the energy around you at this time. I'm so blessed to be here doing your reading. Cards aren't feeling right. I'm just going to ring a bell here. Okay, give me a sec. Sometimes if I don't use cards for a while, they get, I don't know, they just feel weird. Okay, so Spirit for pile number 2. What's this next major shift happening for pile 2? What can they expect shifting? So we have the Page of Wands in reverse. And we have the Emperor is in reverse. Aries energy. 2 Swords in reverse. Feel that. I feel that. That. And that. That was weird. Oh, okay, that's weird. King of Wands. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy. What's crossing the 2 swords? We have the King of Swords. Okay. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. We have the Knight of Wands under the Page of Wands, and he is in reverse. Or, sorry, the Page of Wands is in reverse. The Knight of Wands is upright. Clarified by 5 cups. And then under the Emperor in reverse, we have the Chariot in reverse. Cancer energy, and that's clarified by the High Priestess in reverse, which we were feeling right here. Okay, and then we have 10 Wands in reverse under the 2 swords, and then we also have the 8 of Wands in reverse. Okay, King of Wands, bottom of the deck. What's under the King of Wands? We have the 9 of Swords in reverse. Okay, a sec here to set this energy. Okay, gorgeous angel, this definitely could be energy around you or your energy. Please make sense of it as you will. I do feel an energy that's been very stuck here, okay? It's been very stuck here, and I do feel like maybe we were lacking the confidence in how to move forward. Okay, this feels like an energy of somebody who feels like they don't know how they would find success or don't know how they would go about achieving something successfully. And I feel like this next big change here is actually in things flowing in the right direction, things moving in the right direction. But I feel like it's still guiding us towards maybe the unknown. And this could be very scary. It's like, I don't know exactly where this will lead to. And I don't know whether this is going to find me success or not. And so I do feel like there's been a lot of anxiety or hesitation, because I do feel like maybe we were wanting a lot of, our T's crossed and our I's dotted, and knowing exactly whether the moves we were making were aligned with the right thing. And Spirit is saying, trust that you're being aligned with the right thing when you let go of things that are too heavy to carry and make space and allow what's for you to come in. Okay, so this is kind of similar to pile 1 energy, except I feel like this one has a thick layer of like feeling like we're really in the dark, like really, really being not in the know, like we're not seeing or understanding or privy to something. And I feel like maybe we've been really not enjoying this and like feeling like there hasn't been success here, or like we lost out or missed out. And I just feel like maybe we're feeling, yeah, just really down and out. And it's like, I want to be able to have success. I want to be able to experience something emotionally worthwhile. And it's like all that you've been experiencing or have experienced has been disappointments. And so I feel like there's this hesitation and like, well, what's out there? Like, am I even ready to take a step forward towards the unknown? And Spirit is saying, absolutely. Spirit wants you to trust, okay? Trust that you're being guided intuitively exactly where you're supposed to be going, and that you will see as you need to see. Okay, because I do feel like there might have been a need for us to balance ourselves, and it could be our emotions or our ability to, I don't know, like I feel like maybe we lacked confidence, or maybe we would hesitate in the face of not knowing. And it's like, I just won't do anything then, or I won't decide then, or I'll sort of stay put then. And it's like keeping us sort of stuck rather than moving towards embracing the unknown. And so I feel like there is an energy here of you truly putting down and surrendering the fact that maybe we don't know how things are going to go. Maybe we might not feel very confident. Maybe, there's so many maybes. Maybe there could be a twist and a turn here. But whatever stagnancy you've been feeling, pile number 2, in your world, because I do feel like maybe we weren't deciding or like claiming certain things. Spirit is saying this is about to change. Okay, and when we claim what we want and put out to the universe, this is what I want. I'm not sure how to get there. I'm not sure how to do it. Spirit says, just let the universe sort of align things for you. There isn't anything here that you're supposed to be, like conquering, or anything here that you're supposed to be in the know about. Like, it's okay to not know. You will see clearly. You will find happiness. And I feel like there's a lot of energy here of feeling emotionally dissatisfied. Okay, like maybe in the past we've experienced going into the unknown and then being disappointed, and so there might be a lot of anxiety and like, do I pursue? Do I move forward? There's a lot of questions here. Should I wait longer? Should I, and this is shifting for you, because I think all this did was keep you sort of in hesitation and keep you in the dark and keep things sort of stuck. And I do feel like maybe you were intuitively being called to move in a direction, but it's like, I don't know for sure. And I don't know if I'd be successful. And I don't know, and I don't know, and I don't know. And so it's like any trepidation you might have had that was created from past experiences or cultivated from within after having all these experiences, and then sort of believing that this sort of became your reality. Spirit is saying this is shifting towards a trust of self and a trust of the universe and listening to your intuition. And even though we might not be very clear as to how to successfully maybe achieve something or confidently, like successfully, thoroughly do something here, it's not going to hold you back. Okay, and so there is something unfolding here. And I feel like with this mystery here, it's like we still haven't experienced this full potential. It hasn't been seen or realized yet. And so we're going to walk through an experience. Okay, and Spirit just really wants you to sort of allow yourself to flow through it rather than having to think of how you can act through it. You know what I'm saying? Like, there is no need to do so much as there is to trust and let everything sort of fall into place, because everyone and everything you're going to be needing to be successful will come to you. It's just because we're not seeing it or understanding it just yet. Okay, and so Spirit is saying that you're learning to trust a part of yourself maybe that would fall back on, safety, or like not exploring or not following or not moving ahead. It's like, oh, I'm uncertain. It's not very clear to me. So I'll just sort of stay put or not entertain this, and then we miss out. And we might have, again, like had experience where we might have been open and then got disappointed, or we might have just been always experiencing like a lackluster here emotionally, because it's like, I don't ever take that chance, or I don't ever allow myself to experience, And so this big shift is like, even though I might not know how this goes, it's like I trust myself to move in this direction and Spirits to unfold how it does. Okay, because we've been right up in our head. There's a lot of being up in our head and in our mind about what to do, what to say, how to act. And I feel like this kept us really on the fence or stagnant or stuck. And so this is changing to this fiery intuition. Okay, like the King of Wands has a very fiery intuition. It's not like a cup intuition, you know, where the intuition is sort of there, like constantly if we hear it, you know, if we're silent enough. This is more like an instinctual intuition. It's like we have a gut feeling. We know how to move, make the right moves, know what to say when we need to say it, and how to, you know, close the deal when we need to close it. It's like it's very much based on experience. Okay, and so I feel like your situation is really just going to require you to make decisions in flow of experience. And you have the experience here, and that's all the confidence you need. But I think maybe you were wanting more knowledge, or maybe it was like very mental, like you're getting lost in your mind about your true understanding of something, you know, like your book knowledge on something. It's like, do I know the ins and outs and the T, like I said, cross the T's, dot the I's. And this is nothing to do with being good on paper or knowledgeable. This has everything to do with your confidence in self, to be able to allow, you know, and allow yourself to make decisions. And so I feel like, yeah, there's going to be a lot of flow here where maybe we're stuck and stagnant in confidence. So let's see, Spirit, what more does pile 2 need to know about this shift of energy for pile 2? Clear and concise message for pile 2. Feel the bottom one. I do feel there's one more. Pile 2. It's this major shift that's happening with this lionsgate right here, right now, for beautiful pile number 2. So we have the Roman chamomile, and it says destiny. Trigger statement, I am lost. The true statement, I do what I love. There's a path waiting just for you. Open your heart and mind so you can use it on your journey of fulfillment. Yeah, so I feel like maybe lost in our mind, not being certain, has led to a stuck feeling. This destiny is you moving in the right direction that's aligned for you. You know, just trusting that as long as you're not having to carry anything or resist or fight anything, because I feel like this is a non-doing sort of energy with the Emperor in reverse. And this flow is just like allowing spirits to point you in the direction and then just do what you love. And you'll continue to sort of engage in things that bring you pleasure and emotional happiness rather than hesitation and anxiety and second guessing. Okay, so joyful, elevate. Trigger statement, I feel so low. True statement, I persevere. Release the worry and fear and allow confidence, trust, and strength to take you to your goal. That's exactly it. So this is the King of Confidence. Okay, the King of Wands, the Nine of Swords in reverse. We're coming out of this anxiety and all this doubt. And like I said, we might have had an experience here where we didn't like this, you know. It's like I feel so low or emotionally just not good about myself. This is all shifting for you. Repellent with shielded. Trigger statement, I am under attack. True statement, I am strong. You will clearly see what you are taking on from outside influences and release. Your energetic boundaries are fortified. So when we feel really hesitant because we might feel threatened, like maybe I'll fail, or maybe I'll get laughed at, or maybe I don't know what I'm doing, or maybe I'll experience the same pain as last time, like all of these maybes and what ifs. I feel like this protection is saying go and roam and experience, or maybe you were really anxious or hesitant to do so, because you will be protected from all of those experiences. And this is giving you the strength and the confidence to be able to trust yourself. And the more you sort of do, the stronger you are. I just sort of feather in your cap. So I feel like whatever you're embarking on here is going to build your confidence. Okay, it's really building your confidence, because I feel like this thing is aligned for you. And you know, like sometimes when we do things that we're not supposed to be doing, I mean, everything in our that unfolds is kind of a part of our destiny. But sometimes we learn lessons through going through things that aren't aligned, and how difficult that is to carry and to do. This feels very aligned for you. And the feather of the cap, I feel like, is something that's going to build your strength. Okay, it's like a life experience here that once you learn it, it's like a skill or a trait or like a knowledge. And I feel like that confidence stays with you. And so if we were like, you know, like laughing lacking, I almost said laughing, lacking confidence in, let's say in relationship, okay, and this has been our thing or challenge. It's like a relationship that really makes you feel strong about yourself or confident in your ability to communicate or to speak up for yourself or your desires or something like this, because you have a safe space to be yourself. And so I feel like this feather in your cap is like, it stays there, like allows you to build on your resume of like successes, you know, rather than experiences that sort of add to your what didn't work. And yeah, like even this feather. So the feather in your cap. Okay, so we have turmeric, which says belief. The trigger statement, it is too late. The true statement, I am free to believe. You are clearing away beliefs, energy, and memories that no longer serve you, so the necessary decisions will be made. So again, we were sitting on some sort of decision crossroads, okay, and not deciding is deciding to do nothing. And I feel like we might have been sitting here not choosing or claiming what we really wanted, okay, because we just felt like we weren't ready, or I don't know, like the confident thing again. And maybe we felt like I'm too old to date, or it's been too disappointing, you know, like whatever belief we carried, this is being released. And the more we release this belief, the Spirit is saying, the more we allow things to flow, because we're ready to receive, where it's like we're surrendering that misbelief, you know. So you're really surrendering a lot of beliefs that were hindering you or keeping you sort of stagnant and stuck. Tension, release. Trigger statement, I have nothing left. The true statement, I nurture myself. Dear one, it is time to settle. Create a sacred space where you can be in that place of rest. Healing will unfold with tension. So you experienced, you might be experiencing right now, this 5 cups, okay, and a 9 swords, feeling stuck, feeling stagnant, and feeling almost like, what can I do? What is it about me? You know, all this stuff is going away. There is going to be movement here. You're going to be able to trust in yourself to make decisions. And although we experience things that weren't pleasant, these things will heal with the feather in the cap. I feel like we have to put one foot in front of the other. And the more we sort of do this, the fake it till you make it sort of energy, I feel like you embody this King of Wands. You know, it's like the door opens here for you to become a King of Wands. Because I do feel like in the past, we might have just not known how to embody a King of Wands. We might have wanted to, you know, and this is a big part of this Emperor, is this King of Wands energy. It's like confidence, the ability in self to speak up and, yeah, like just be in this confident, beautiful energy. And I feel like we'd shy away, or we weren't on our full potential, or we just would bite our tongue or second guess ourselves and be in our mind about, I could have, should have, would have done this or done that. And then we don't see it or we don't experience it. And then we might regret it, or we have regretted it, you know, or we did say it and then we regretted it because maybe we weren't in the right alignment with the people to appreciate that part of us and accept us. And so you're being aligned with the right energy. And what this card was saying was a place that's safe for you to rest and for your healing to unfold, because I do feel like this healing is happening over time. Your truest version is sort of being cultivated from this environment that's opening up for you. You know, it's like the right place, the right time for me to become my fullest, truest self here. And so this part of you, I don't know if you're familiar with this part of you, you know, maybe it's never been seen by you. You know, maybe you've had to stuff it down, or just you didn't believe that you were someone who could be confident, or someone who could successfully sort of maybe navigate, I don't know, a certain job, a certain situation, a certain relationship. This is going to become very evident to you. And as you do it, it's like, yay, like I now found that part of myself, or this voice within me that's confident enough to speak my truth and claim what I want. And so you get more successes and more victory, you know, and I feel the more we release that heavy energy and that anxiety energy, that second guessing energy, that stagnant or hesitant sort of energy. Okay, beautiful angel, this is your reading. I hope this helped you, and I'll see you at the next one. Bye-bye. Hello, gorgeous angels. Pile number 3. You guys picked the Sci-Fi Tarot, and we're looking at what it is that's going to shift for you. So your next major significant change coming in with this lionsgate and all of these planetary alignments, and seeing what you can expect here. Okay, so we have pre-shuffled oracle cards. I've not looked at them, and then we will shuffle the tarot here and see what Spirit wants to communicate. So we have surrender. Sometimes learning to surrender can feel as if you're dying. The ego learns what's hardest to stop trying to control the whole universe. Wow, all three piles seem to be about surrender in some way. This might be a collective theme happening. We have individuality. Every person has their own personalized study plan in the Earth School. Beautiful. A bunch of birds here. Birds can talk about communication. More bird energy here. Second chakra with the sacral. Okay, so sacral chakra is the creative energy. This could be your sexual energy. Okay, the energy in which we produce things, where we manifest from. Okay. Beautiful. So this says, reach for the moon, go for it. Beautiful. And we have wish. Oops. So she's reflecting in the water. It looks a little distorted here, but she is naked. And sometimes naked could mean about putting ourselves out there, maybe being vulnerable or exposed in some way, but seems to be distorted here with wish. And I'm feeling some Aquarius energy. Okay. And then we have sheer tenderness of 74. Or the number 11. 11 is about divine inspiration, synchronicity, and the encouragement to keep going. And we have two people here, a little spiral and two roses. Okay, roses, pink roses could mean self-love. Could be talking about romantic love with the roses. Okay, spiral could certainly be talking about cyclical patterns or behaviors, or maybe something that we're sort of navigating our way out of. Spirits, for pile number 3, what's this major shift about? We have the Empress clarified by the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, so Taurus, Libra. For pile number 3, what is this next major significant shift or change happening? We have the Three of Pentacles. Thank you so much, pile 3, for allowing me to tap into your energy, the energy around you at this time. I'm so blessed to be here doing your reading. Wow, that was a major fail. Let's do that again. These cards are a little curly, so they're hard to shuffle. All right, clear and concise message for pile number 3. Please protect me and the viewer as I channel this message for the greatest and highest good. Next significant change happening in pile 3's world. We have the 8 of Wands in reverse. Empress is clarified by the 8 of Cups, which is clarified by Temperance. Sagittarius energy. Why is 3 Pentacles here, Spirit? We have the Queen of Wands in reverse, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, clarified by the Queen of Cups. Wow. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. And finally, why is this 8 Wands here in reverse? I'm feeling that one. Ace of Swords. And this is a sideways card. Just finished talking about that in one of my videos. So, I don't know. Ace of Swords on the side, I guess. And then here we have the 4 Wands at the bottom of the deck. I don't read bottom of the deck reverse. Under 4 Wands, we have the Strength card, Leo. What's under Strength? We have the Page of Wands, and that's in reverse. Okay, give me a second here to sit with your energy and see. Actually, I'm going to move that up so that we can still see what's going on here. Okay. Queen of Pentacles under that in reverse. Okay. Beautiful angel. Pile number 3. We're going to have to unpack this thing. Okay. We have an Empress. We have a Queen of Cups. We have a Queen of Wands. We have a Queen of Pentacles. So there's a lot of feminine energy here. I do feel divine feminine energy. Okay. It's confirmation, but you don't have to be. It's just the energy that I'm reading. Okay. But this could definitely be someone around you as well. If it's not your energy, but we're looking at the next sort of major shift here. I do feel like there's been a lesson of sorts here, okay? And this lesson here of sorts is one in which Spirit was wanting for you to learn about your own self-worth and self-value. Okay, and so I feel like in the school of life, which this talks about Earth School, sometimes we have experiences that, nothing sort of manifests or makes us sort of feel empty-handed in the 3D, but we've learned a lot spiritually and inside of us. I feel like this is sort of what's happened. There's been this preparing of self, if you will. And the preparing of self has been very important in this lesson unfolding. Okay. And so we might have felt like, well, why aren't things manifesting? Or why is the 3D sort of boring, bland, or not representing anything here that's success, looks like success, feels like success, or anything? I must be either doing something wrong, or what good is this 5D ascension or growth if it's not resulting in anything in the tangible or 3D? Okay, Spirit was wanting you to know that you are working through aligning yourself. There was a lot of leaving behind situations that were emotionally unsatisfying, or at least having the clear understanding of what brings me emotional happiness and what doesn't. And how do I know the difference? And how do I engage? Because I feel like part of our growth is, how do I set healthy boundaries? How do I understand when something's good for me, or if it's pulling on my energy, or if it's too depleting, or if it's something I could invest in? So I feel like there was an energetic balance that was needing to take place, and a strong healing. And so I feel like there might have been a rebirth here that was happening spiritually or energetically that might have not have resulted in anything really being seen in the 3D. And so even though we might have been emotionally walking away, it's like the energetic realignment. And I do feel like part of you might have had to become tougher, is what I feel here. It's like this toughness that has to be cultivated from within in a way that makes sense. Okay, but then there's another part of you, I feel. So this is the balance part. I feel like there's a part of you here that is learning to know when to pull on compassion in the heart. Because I do feel like maybe there was too much toughness, or maybe we were too much focused on our successes and what the success looked like and this sort of thing. And I think maybe we are experiencing like people who don't appreciate us, or situations that aren't fulfilling, or like this totally feels misaligned. And it's like, it wasn't producing, it's not producing. Spirit saying yes, because this whole thing was supposed to be growth. This whole thing was supposed to be you learning about your balance and your healing. And so now what's coming in here is the 3D world completely setting you up for the right people and the right things. Everything is sort of being squared up. Everything is being manifested here around you in a way that's you're able to see in the 3D, the right community, the right people, the right alignment. Okay, this is all about working together, overcoming struggles and challenges, okay, through collaboration, cooperation, and finding the truest sort of aligned partner in order to make something a reality that can stand the test of time that we couldn't build on our own. Okay, Four of Wands is the union card, it's marriage, it's the rite of passage. It's like our community or soul tribe coming together to celebrate. Okay, I feel like there's been a true strength here that's been having to be seen by you, cultivated by you, acknowledged by you. And we might have had to know when to hold ourselves back, or when to just control and moderate ourselves, maybe our emotions, or maybe how we engaged with people. Maybe we were very fiery, maybe we were like, just take action type person. It's like, well, sometimes I have to maybe just learn that loving could be loving in silence, or not taking action, or like just creating space, holding space, this sort of a thing. Because I do feel like it was a dance between maybe just allowing things to be, and then also when we were needing to maybe be a little bit more courageous or more aggressive, or more assertive, I should say. So, and especially if we were dealing with people, like, look how unruly this is. So we could have definitely been dealing with people that were overbearing or controlling, or like, like scary, or could have done damage, a lot of damage here. And so there's a lot of healing and there's a lot of balance. Okay. But I feel like maybe we really felt like we couldn't explore a certain part of the material world that we could hang our hat and like really say, like, this is going to be successful for me. This is going to be something that's going to produce. This is something that I feel stable, solid, grounded, and I could rely upon. Like, where is that? I think this is something that's been missing here, you know, and it's like, well, not no more, because now you're your own person. Okay. You've always really been your own person, but not when we're sort of conditioned by, you know, upbringings or programming or like beliefs that weren't necessarily ours, but that we would enact or carry out of maybe just a habit or out of a belief that maybe had to be undone or understood. And it's like, all this got me was, you know, an experience here that maybe in my past world I might have handled in one way, and maybe I had to really, really go out of my element. I had to become someone different. I had to learn about myself and the truest strength from within me. And so I had to show a lot of conviction or a lot of softness or like open my heart or compassion or like, you know, regardless, maybe if we were dealing with people who were maybe unruly or maybe didn't see our value, like I said, or we had to carry for some reason, you know, it's like maybe it was supposed to be like a collaboration. It's like, but I carried the heavier portion, or I don't know, there's something like this. Okay. Shared tenderness. So it's like wherever you were carrying the heavier load, maybe it was energetically, you know, it could be in a relationship, maybe you carry the heavy load, or if you were in a partnership, it's like I was the one like doing all the grunt work or the heavy lifting or the commitment here, you know, to the more risky part of the business. And it took its toll. And now it's like, well, you're going to find your partner, or your partner's going to step up here. There's going to be a balancing of a shared sort of 3D experience, okay, that will allow things to flow. And so if you were feeling really energetically sort of in one world, but another world, it seemed like it was not moving or stuck or stagnant, this is where there's going to be change. Okay, like your outer world and your inner world is sort of coming into balance. And I feel like people and whatever you've been working on, whether this was a workplace or like a community of people or like the right soul tribe, whatever environment I feel is going to come into balance with your energy, your 5D sort of vibration here. Okay, it's now manifesting in the 3D here. And so these people or the situation is going to be at your energetic level here. And so I think you learned about surrender, because I feel this is old news story, or we're just in the last stretch. It's the surrendering, because I think now we're ready to soar. Now we're ready to communicate with others and work with others and listen to others too, because I feel like there was a lot of self here that was needing to be learned by self, you know, through self, understanding self, self-development, self-growth, you know, and it was really like emotionally, it had to be done through your own confidence of self. And I do feel like you really understand what's emotionally not going to do it for you. And it's like, oh, can I have success here? Is this going to be a place, again, I can hang my hat or feel secure, or that it's financially going to be rewarding, or I feel confident here that it's going to make me feel stable? It's like, I don't have to depend on, I don't know, maybe people, again, who you couldn't depend on, you know, or if you were trying to depend on it, was like feeling threatening. It's like, I don't want to be dependent on any situation that's emotionally not satisfying, but I also want to know that I can depend on people and situations when I need them. What does this look like, you know? So go for it. There's like real action in the 3D. There's no more sort of sitting stuck in an energy that feels like, well, it's not the right time, or it's misaligned, or the people aren't here, or the thing's not revealing itself, or it just felt like not right. It's like, now I can soar. Now I can speak my truth and move in this direction. And maybe we had to go our separate ways from certain people or certain things, you know, but it's like peacefully we're all sort of doing our own thing, or peacefully now it's like it's all understood. There's a lot of understanding, you know, even though maybe there is no communication with some certain people, and it's like, yeah, but it's understood, or at least it's peaceful now. And so, yeah, this wish, though, I feel like is you getting exactly what it is that Spirit is knowing that you are wanting to align with. And with this, the way it was distorted, it was like you had to see yourself clearly first. This one's falling from the deck. So it's like, if we couldn't see ourselves clearly, Spirit wasn't ready to bless us with what we wanted, because what we wanted might have been something Spirit really wanted to give to us, but only when we were in the right energy to embrace it, so we could cultivate it, so we could work with it. Because if it got delivered prematurely, we could have fumbled it, right? Like if we weren't emotionally ready, we could have, I don't know, like pushed it away or sabotaged it or just not have been ready for it, and it could have ruined it. And so now it's like you're ready and you're growing in a way here that Spirit is saying is aligned with a certain group of people or a situation that's ready to manifest, okay, and celebrate. So let's see, Spirit, for pile number 3, what am I missing? What more can we say about this shift for pile 3? You feel one more. Pile 3, what's this next major significant change happening in pile 3's energy? So the one that revealed itself was this celery seed, and it says cleanse. Wow. Trigger statement. There is no answer. The true statement, I am the answer. Wow, that's beautiful. The aligned outcome for you is simple, but not necessarily easy. Commit your goals to heart each day and know that every single action will take you closer to them. So yeah, this is a confidence in your own ability. It's like, I am everything. Like I don't have to seek out there anything. I am the answer that I've been seeking. Beautiful. I love the strength and the confidence. So this is grounding. Okay, so this Queen of Pentacles in reverse might have meant you weren't grounded. Again, something about it not coming to fruition in the 3D. It might have been a lot of like 5D energy work, okay, but it's coming into fruition with this grounding, with the rooted. So trigger statement, I am somewhere else. The true statement is right here, right now. Everything is perfect. Allow your energy to shift to the material plane where it is needed to help you complete what you have set out to do. Perfect. So 3D manifestation, feeling more grounded, feeling more centered, feeling more balanced, feeling more healed, feeling more seen and understood by everyone. This is a beautiful energy. Okay, so we have the Halkyrisium. I don't know how to say that. Halkyrisium. Butchering it. Hope. Trigger statement. I will not forget. The true statement. I open my heart. Oh my goodness, beautiful. Release the suffering and take another step forward, sweet one. With each step, you will see more light and healing. Yes. So is healing complete? I think the first leg of whatever this big long journey has been was very, very heavy on you, but there was a lot we had to emotionally sort of leave behind. And so I feel like this is the suffering that we've been doing for some time, is like the 3D isn't reflecting happiness. The 3D isn't reflecting what I want to see or experience, And so now we're ready to ground the 5D energy, release that suffering. Okay, so we have vetiver with reconnect. The trigger statement, I need to escape. The true statement, I am present. The root of the issue for you will make itself known. Be open to the information you receive from your body, mind, and environment. So something about environments really pulling through. If you're misaligned with the wrong people or the wrong job, or again, wrong, it just was in a different vibration. It wasn't matching. Okay, you might have been escaping to the 5D, right up in your mind or just someplace else. Like it felt like there was space between you and other people. It's like, I finally feel understood. I finally feel seen. I finally feel like I can be in this present moment and be myself, and engage and feel grounded, because there might have been a lot of drifting off into, 5D, maybe to just escape. Okay, so this is anti-aging with spirituality. Trigger statement, I am so disconnected. Wow, again, this need to escape, this feeling disconnected. Okay, and it says, it will be beneficial. Sorry, the true statement is everything is connected. So beautiful. This is oneness. Okay, it will be beneficial for you to spend time in quiet contemplation. You need to reconnect within to find the answers you seek. I feel there's been a lot of this. I think this is why it was all for that lesson. Like I said, the school of life was so that you could get grounded, so you could get connected, so you could be in the present moment. This is all a spiritual unfolding, okay? And spirituality, as we know, sometimes just happens energetically. There's a lot going on energetically, energetic growth, okay? And when we were going through ascension, and maybe like I was talking about the spiral of ascension, which is sometimes where we feel like we're growing spiritually and then we fall back. And we go through lessons again, and it's like this rinse, repeat. It's like, am I getting anywhere? That's the cleansing process. And so right now we're being reconnected, plugged in, and I always call it the matrix, but it's like we live here in the 3D world. Okay, so it's like, how do I connect back to society, but the right sort of society that understands me, that doesn't make me feel like removed or disconnected? because the last thing you want to be is like ascended or enlightened and like spiritually sort of in a higher level of consciousness, and then have to like engage in situations that just feel very misaligned, you know? So there's a lot of aligning that's happening here for you. Okay. And then we have eucalyptus with rest. Oh my gosh. And no, reset. Oh my goodness. I was going to say, I almost thought that said reset. And I'm like, why does it say rest? Reset. Exactly. This is major reset. Okay. So trigger statement, I am sick. The true statement, I am alive. It is time to embrace a new way of being, one filled with health and freedom to create a new reality. Oh my goodness, new reality. You guys, I love this pile. You know what? I can really resonate with this. Like before, like this whole, these spiritual sort of alignment stuff that's going on in the, after the alignments of everything spiritually going on in the 5D, all of the ascension and growth, it's like, what's it all for, spirit? You know, it's like a reset of your 3D life so you can really be born again and experience yourself. You know, this is beautiful because it's invigorating. I'm seeing an Ace of Wands. It's like my passion is back. My fire is back for myself, the love of myself and others. It's like I have hope here to, you know, engage in the world, but differently now because I have all of this new understanding. And so I can engage with people from a different level of consciousness that allows me to see things that maybe in the past I was unaware of. I'm more present. I'm more in tune. I'm more compassionate. I'm more giving, forgiving, and loving and considerate of myself and of others. Okay, this is a beautiful alignment, masculine, feminine energy coming into balance, coming into union. Okay, I feel this is union of self, which means now I can bring in the right people, the right relationships, the right jobs, the right everything. Like it's beautiful inner sort of balance, healing, and masculine, feminine energy that's unionized. Okay, if I got to put a word to it. So beautiful angel, I love this. You're going to experience in the 3D now. And a lot of you guys might shift from this channel because I feel like you're probably not going to need a whole lot of this sort of guidance anymore in your world, because I do feel like you're going to be really wrapped up in 3D things, you know? And so if you are going away, thank you so much for staying here with me for however long you did. I do hope that you check in with spirits occasionally, okay? But I feel like, you know, the biggest thing here was finding our authentic self and the confidence in our ability to execute. Like, I feel is executing like in the 3D, what you were wanting in a way here that's depended on what you were needing. Like, was it needing more compassion? Was it needing more understanding, more forgiveness, more tolerance, less judgment? What was it needing? You know, you haven't lost any part of yourself because maybe in the past we were full of will and conviction and fire, but maybe we were blinded to another side of us, you know? So beautiful angel, this is your reading. I hope this resonated for you. I do hope you stay, and I'll see you guys at the next one. All right, bye-bye. Hello, gorgeous angel. Pile number 4. You guys picked this deck right here, and it is called the Sacred She Tarot. I absolutely love it, and I forgot I bought it, and then I seen them. I was like, I'm going to use them today because I love that deck. So we have pre-shuffled oracle cards. I asked the divine, what next major significant change is happening for pile number 4 with this lionsgate energy and everything going on? With all the planetary shifts, everything energetically in the collective, how is your world, your life, your situation, circumstance going to take a major shift or change? Okay, so this is what Spirit wants to communicate to you. And if you don't resonate with this pile, then definitely go check out another one, okay? There's no shame in going to another one, but use your intuition, which you'll see, feel, or hear to determine whether this makes sense for you. You can stay throughout the card layout, or you can go straight away to your channeled message. If you want to skip ahead, I'll put a timestamp below. So we have sacrifice. Sometimes surrender is painful. God's cutting away all that needs to go. Illusions, obsessions, addictions. It's a sacrifice to love. Wow. So all 3 piles talked about about surrender. Okay, yours is talking about sacrificing through the process of surrender. Wow. Massive. So we have the 3rd chakra with solar plexus. So the solar plexus is our will, our conviction. Okay, and sometimes this is what we're needing here in order to overcome sort of addictions and that sort of thing. Okay, is like drive and will and conviction. Okay, this is like the fire of life here with this energy that I'm feeling here with the sun energy. So I'm feeling Leo. We have expansion, beautiful. So I'm seeing a 3 wands. Consciousness expanding here. As I'm getting a lot of sun as still enlightenment, some sort of enlightened conscious awareness. for expansion. Okay. And then be open. Wow. Okay. Beautiful tree energy. And then we have new moon with beginnings. Okay. And she has two tigers, kind of giving me a little bit of chariot energy, except we see tigers. So tigers could represent the divine feminine, but it's like the courage. Okay, the strength here. There's this balance here. She has a red dress. Red could be root chakra, which again could be this obsessions or these addictions or these illusions, needs for security or stability. Maybe something's off balance here because I was seeing chariot. Okay, so we got some Cancer energy, some Leo energy, and I'm getting some Pisces energy as well. Okay, and then we have moonlight with enchanted. Wow, enchanted. It's a strong word, an archway here. And on the other side, we see the moon. So moon could represent our fears or the subconscious or emotions. It's divine feminine energy, which we're getting from the tigers. We have wisdom. Beautiful. So what sort of wisdom is this? Is this spiritual wisdom? Okay, what sort of wisdom is this? Through an experience, we now know better, discerning wisdom. Heart wisdom. We'll see. It says the scry mirror, 65 or 11. 11 is a master number, divine inspiration, synchronicity, and the encouragement to keep going. Maybe encouragement to be open. Scry mirror. So the scry mirror is like crystal ball, like divination, seeing into the future. Let's see, Spirit, clear and concise message for the greatest and highest good of pile number 4. What's this major shift? Significant change going on for pile 4. What do they expect to shift, to change in their world? Clear and concise message for the greatest and highest good of pile 4. Please protect me and the viewer as I channel this message in a way that pile 4 will understand. Thank you so much, spirits. And thank you so much, pile 4, for allowing me to tap into your energy, the energy around you at this time. So blessed to be here doing a reading. We have love. Oh my goodness, this is the Lover's card. Okay, it is in reverse, and it's two candles, one flame. Okay, but it is the card of the Lover, so we have Gemini. Two candles, one flame, uniting. We have respect. This is the King of Pentacles, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. Beautiful beard. This might look like someone you know. Take it as confirmation. If you do, they look very wise. It's a baby bird. So King of Pentacles for pile number 4, Spirit. What do we have? The Voyager. So this is the Knight of Cups. Knight of Cups. Wow. And then we have inspiration, the Ace of Wands. Wow. Look at how fiery that looks, giving me a lot of that sun energy again. So I'm getting some Leo energy. I know it's a pentacle, or a pentacle, it's a wand, but getting the sun. It's looking round rather than a wand. Almost said looking like a pentacle. King of Pentacle could potentially be something coming grounded. What else, spirits? So we have Liberation, which is the Judgment, and we have 7 Pentacles. It says timing. Let's put it like that. 7 Pentacles. Look at these beautiful purple flowers, and then the hands. Hard to see the hands are coming from the clouds. Sometimes the aces in the traditional tarot have a hand coming from the clouds. It's kind of giving me a new beginning type energy, and we have beginnings here. Yeah, it's like a new beginning in some way, but we see the flowers. Purple is this beautiful spiritual energy I was feeling because purple represents the more spiritual chakras. Okay, we see 2 flowers, just like we saw 2 candles. 7 Pentacles is all about patience and investing and staying sort of determined to sticking to something until it produces something worth having. Okay, we have Solitude, which is the Hermit card in reverse. So some Virgo energy, heavy Virgo coming through. What else for pile number 4? What's this major shift change? I feel like there might be one more. So we have Understanding, which is special in this deck. Comes after the World card. Okay, but it's like, look, it's her third eye. It's like true spiritual understanding. Something is being open. Maybe the third eye is being open. Okay, and then we have the Knight of Wands with intention. Knight of Wands, Ace of Wands. Wow. Strong Sagittarius energy coming from that. And we have Triumph, which is the Six of Wands. Okay, Six of Wands talks about victory, talks about success. Okay, being like seen and being celebrated. And then we have determination under that, which is the Knight of Swords, and he's in reverse. Okay. Yeah, there's barely any swords except for this Knight Swords, and he's in reverse. So let me sit here with this energy and see what Spirit's talking about here, okay? Okay. Gorgeous angel pile number 4. This messaging sometimes comes through this channel, okay? Might have a little bit of a twist here, but you have a beautiful calling here, and I feel like you already know something destined for you. It's been there. It has been calling at you, pulling at you, really wanting to be aligned with you, you know, but when we're not aligned, it's because we're not ready to be aligned for whatever reason. I think there was a lot of things you were having to go through or understand about self. There might have been a lot you had to allow Spirit to work with you to cut away illusions, addictions, obsessions, misaligned things. Okay, these misaligned things happen so that we can know what it is we don't need or want or have to experience again. There's true wisdom you gain from this, okay? When you have this understanding, you are closer to yourself. I feel like there's a getting closer to understanding yourself from an aspect here of once you have that strength of self, there is no stopping you. Wherever you are misaligned, because I do feel like there's a purpose calling, okay, that's been sort of shelved or on hold for some time. This is now a possibility for you, okay? But I feel a lot of spiritual energy, like your third eye opening up, a deep understanding, and like having this like a real connection, okay, to spirits, to other dimensions, and specifically maybe even to your high self. But it's like a truest understanding of self, okay, and an inner knowing. And this graduation of true deep understanding is giving you this wisdom so that you can move in a direction that I feel is really, really alive for you. Okay, you're going to be seeing and understanding this very clearly if you haven't already, because I feel like there was a lot of investment here. Maybe you've taken a lot of time to reflect, or maybe you worked really hard in like breaking an addiction or like getting through something very tough, you know, or like trying to stabilize yourself. It's like, I have to really work on surrendering or really work on letting go of unhealthy people or habits or all these things that, you know, maybe you were involved with that either didn't feel right or just felt like it was the old version of you, but it was hard to cut away or allow it to be released in some way. There was a lot of pushing outside of your comfort zone. But I feel like this expansion of self, this putting you sort of outside of your comfort zone and really sort of staying to it, like having the will, having the conviction, having the confidence in yourself to drive some of this is going to pay it forward. Okay. I feel there is this solid strength coming from you. And I feel there's a balance very good between the like higher self, the spiritual chakras, okay, spiritual understanding and wisdom, and then this grounded, beautiful, practical version of you that's very centered, very much can be present, very much can ground things, okay, in a way here that is very balanced, healthy, and practical. I feel like you're now going through the unknown, and I think this is exciting. It's not like the unknown in the past where I feel like there was a lot of question marks, you know, like uncertainty, and that this unknown is like a certain unknown. It's like now I can explore with a full presence of power. And it's like this whole new world opens up because it's like I now have, it's almost like, I can't even put this into words. It's kind of like when we reach the potential, okay, now you never fully reach your highest potential, but when you reach a full potential of some aspect of yourself that maybe was dormant, like you can now tap into channeling. Like, this opens a whole new world for you. It's like, now you can explore with this added skill. It's like this skill, whatever this is now fully available to you. And now you're exploring this new experience. For all of you guys, different, but I feel like it is the destined journey, the destined path for this beautiful calling that's been trying to pull at you and call to you for some time. This could have been really blocked or at least stuck for some time, because Spirit was saying there was a need to go through the wisdom, the experience. We had to understand all of the things that we do and how it impacts us, all the sacrifices we make or the convictions we have, or like really show the universe, like, here's what matters to me, or here's like me really sort of understanding my own ability to connect to the divine and what it means to me, and develop this sort of spiritual side of self. And I feel like you've been really strong in developing their spiritual side and then really sort of doing with conviction what you were needing to do here. I do feel like there is this overcoming a lot of this struggle that's been weighing you down. And now it's like this new beautiful chapter. And this being open is like, I think you're going to, for a lot of you guys, have a real like profound spiritual experiences that are like seen in the 3D, but that you're able to like learn from in a way here that's like really valuable to you, and be like a part of like creating something beautiful in this 3D world that's like utilizing all of your experience and your power to ground it here in the 3D. So I do feel like there's this new vitalization, this new energy within you that's like, wow, like I'm a powerhouse, and I don't know when's the last time you might have felt like a powerhouse, because there was a lot of heavy energy, like, and it didn't feel good. And so this beautiful energy is like, I know what I want, I know where I'm going, and it's like, I know I'm also not a doer, but it's like the universe has my back. It's like propelling you forward. And for some of you guys, definitely could be a relationship, because I am seeing the Lovers, okay? And we're seeing this rose, which to me talks about romantic love and taking like aim. It's like, that's the one I want, or that's the person or the path. That's for me. It's like, I know what's for me, and being fully backed by the universe, because we can see it, we can feel it, we understand it. We've like made commitments to certain things, certain changes in our lifestyle. We've gone without certain things in order to become better or to like grow and say, this is what's important to me, Spirit. There's this quiet, beautiful confidence coming from you, and it's like, when you have this energy, you don't have to say much, but it's how you move through the universe, how you engage with this energetically with the people around you, that makes people just respect you and understand what you're about. Like, you're coming out of a profound sort of experience of self-reflection, self-understanding. You might have done this like solitude period for who knows how many years, you might have sat in, who knows, somewhere isolated for some time, but I feel like it hasn't been all for nothing. There's this like deep, profound understanding of self and realization of what it is that you're here for. It's like, here's my purpose. Here's what I'm aiming for. The universe has my back. There's no more wavering. There's no more feeling stuck or weighed down. It's like, you see it clearly. You're rising above, I don't know, whatever this was, storm clouds. It's like you're no longer at the mercy of the universe. It's like, no, I feel elevated. I feel free to engage. I'm not in this world sort of just enacting. I'm just coming here, sort of as a visitor to partake. And I'm fully aware of what I got to do or what I want to do and how I want to engage. There's a lot of conscious involvement through a deep, profound understanding. Okay, this is really, really beautiful energy from like a very heightened state of consciousness and a deep, profound sort of spiritual understanding of who you are and what the universe is around you. So there's this beauty you feel in the world, and this guides you, because I do feel like you're now turning the page to a beautiful new chapter, and it is a new beginning. But I do feel there's a lot of surprises, wonder, but it's like you can enjoy it now. You don't have to worry about like the type of journey where it's like self-improvement or like having to heal or like, you know, shedding a lot of like deep wounds. This feels more like now I can explore spiritually like others and give to others from an act of, you know, a service to others, and like really truly be present and experience in the universe what I'm meant here to do. So paths are opening up for you. A lot of you guys are finding your purpose. And like I said, for some of you guys, this is in regards to relationship, because I do feel like there might be a spiritual union of sorts, or like an aligned partner, someone that gives us some form of, I don't know, like indication that they want to travel with us or move in the same direction as us. Like we have the same common goal or same vision. Like this fire is one flame by two candles. And I feel like this is this flame. It's like we have one mission. It's like me and my lover, or me and this person. You know, it doesn't have to be a romantic person. It could certainly be, we find, you know, that person that's on the exact same journey as us, wanting to, you know, be on the same sort of crusade, if you will. And this is a card about being seen. So wherever you were hidden, okay, and I do feel like you were hidden. And I don't know, again, maybe it was sort of by choice, but it was kind of like the divine wanted you to go through some understanding first. It's like now you're out there, and you're out there with all your spiritual gifts. Look, she's wearing purple. And so when we're really engaged in the world from this higher level of spirituality and consciousness, it's very contagious. And so people see you maybe as a guru. Like even this King of Pentacles looks a lot like a hermit. You know, it's like the wisdom is just felt off of your energy, and you're seen and you're appreciated. And so you might be guiding others. You might be just providing this beautiful wisdom to others, you know, through your experience. And it's very rewarding and beneficial to you, because I feel like when we're isolated and alone and struggling and challenging, like, okay, well, what is this for? It's like, so you can give back here to the universe, you know. It's a beautiful new beginning. And I do feel like you feel invigorated. So what am I missing here in regards to pile? For one more, pile number 4, in this shift of energy and this next major change happening for beautiful pile 4. So we have the arborvitae. Sorry, I'm horrible at reading. Okay, so it says flow. Trigger statement. Why are things such a struggle? The true statement, I am in the flow. That's exactly what I'm channeling here. Like you're in the flow. Like there's no more devilly energy. You know, if we were battling an addiction, it's like, no, if we were trying to overcome some health concern, or if we were trying to let go of some patterns and some things that were just not good, you know, or like certain things that we're really, really needing to overcome. I feel like we're really in the flow here. We've cut through a lot of that stuff, and now we feel free, we feel liberated, and we feel invigorated and vitality here. Okay, not drained, not weighed down, like beautiful vitality, lots of sun energy. Okay, it says, take a breath, dear one, and allow yourself to feel the flow of life through you. Release your need to do and just be. Beautiful. Then we have detoxification. Yes, this is that energy. Okay, cleansing. Trigger statement. I will never change. The true statement. In each moment, I am a new me. You are supported as you release habits and limiting patterns that are not serving you and your highest good. This kind of goes with my automatic writing channeling I did the other day. Somebody was doing some sort of detox. Okay, we have devil energy coming through this. Okay, it says sometimes surrender is painful. God's cutting away all that needs to go. Illusions, obsessions, addictions. It's a sacrifice to love. And so we have to choose ourselves. Okay, but I feel like for some of you guys, maybe it was like, I know I have this ailment, and so I have to eat healthy. There goes my email. So I have to eat healthier, or I want to stick to this health regime, or I want to, be more involved in the earth, or like what I digest or who I'm around. There's like a conscious effort of this thing. Okay, and for others of you guys, there could it be substance abuse? It's like overcoming this and really seeing beyond the 3D sort of habitual sort of addiction, and saying there's something greater, deeper, stronger within me that can overcome this. And you do this. Okay, you totally do this. It's this beautiful ability to cleanse, so that you can move on to this next new experience. And I feel like because now you're on your road to your purpose, okay, or with someone, it's like you have the strength to stay out of any of that energy that might have felt very familiar to you. You know, it's like, well, I just feel down, so I just eat a lot of unhealthy things, or I just treat my body like crap, or I just sit and drink, or, you know, there was nothing stretching or pulling you to want to be more, be better, or do better, because maybe there was just, you know, what was around. It wasn't aligned. And it's like, you know what you know, and then we become addicted with the habitual ways of doing this, or the fallbacks. We fall back onto it, you know? So no, we're moving out of this. It's beautiful energy. Okay, so DNA repairing. Oh my goodness. Transmutation. The trigger statement, I don't know who I am. The true statement, I am. Wow, pure enlightenment here. It says, there is no efforting required for this shift. Be present and allow every aspect of your being to transform. You've transformed. And I love that it's just I am. You know, there's no more doing here. Okay, even this one was talking about the doer. It's like we don't have to do anything. Okay, and I feel like we were involved in a lot of doing, especially if we felt like we were part of an addiction or like the devil. It's like I have to undo or unbind myself from all these things. You know, it's like now I'm free, I'm liberated. I could just be. And now I feel reborn. There's something about, you know, this being reborn with this liberation and this I am, it feels very freeing to you. It's a beautiful energy. It's empowering and freeing, okay? So it says comforting, consolation. The trigger statement, I cannot go on. The true statement, my heart is light. Please hold space for the feelings you have. Honor them and be with them. Your burden will be lightened. Yeah, exactly. The devil is being cut off, okay? There's a true liberation. I think you've been at it for a long, long time. Okay, but like, look at these hands from the universe. Like I said, the universe is totally supporting you. Your spiritual gifts are coming online. And look at the green and the purple again. That's that earth energy I was feeling, and the spiritual. It's like balance from the 3D, 5D, your earthly self, your manifesting self, yourself that's like breaking addictions and all the 3D things that might hold us back or feel like chains. Okay, and it's like through my belief in myself and through this connection with the divine and my higher self and spirit, and through this greater purpose of understanding, whether it be a true soulmate here, a spiritual connection, a purpose, a calling in the spiritual realm that allows you to provide to others, I feel this is worth you pursuing, you know, and you feel like it's giving you this sort of support you need to carry on, to move forward. But it's like strong. It's like, it's not just like, oh, I'm just gonna, you know, not surrender and make do. It's like I'm reborn in this beautiful new energy. Like nothing to do with the past. The past seems like a different version of you completely. Okay, but maybe it wasn't the right time, or maybe you have to go through this timing so you could gain the wisdom, because everything you've learned here is kind of wisdom for you to bestow upon all these people that you're going to be encountering on this voyage. Okay, so we have Clary Sage, and this is insight. Trigger statement, there is no hope. The true statement, there is a higher purpose. Exactly. You see this high purpose. Connect with your higher self and allow to be guided to your highest purpose. Your higher purpose. As the veil of illusion falls away, you will find your answer. So we were in the matrix, or you might have had a veil. Okay, the veil is the ego. The veil is the belief in separation. This is falling away. Now we know that there is a higher purpose and calling, and it's going to be manifested in the 3D. That's all you need to know. And that's enough, you know, and like I said, there's still a level of mystery here because you don't know, you know, how is this going to unfold? But it's not like through this tiring, heavy energy. Like, I don't know when I'll ever get there, or when it felt like we were on a journey. This is like, I'm excited to live every day and see what unfolds as a beautiful journey of exploration. Okay, because we now have new insight into who we are and what's out there in the universe. Everything is love, everything's connected, and everything's a blessing to be experienced. And it comes from this beautiful energy of recognizing this. And so the universe pays you back in kind. There's a lot of celebrating your energy here. Beautiful angel. Okay. And so we have Copabia. I don't know how to say it. Copabia. And it says worthy. Trigger statement, I am ashamed. The true statement, I am cherished. There are connections to ancestral and childhood memories that are ready to be healed. Allow divine light to shine within. So, worthy. We might have felt unworthy in some aspect of ourselves in some regard. This is why we have addictions. This is why we make do with situations that don't feel good. This is why we play small. This is why we keep little or stay stuck, or do things to our body or to ourselves that don't help us. Okay, we're now seeing the light. This is true connecting to a higher self, a higher purpose, releasing old energy that no longer serves you in the highest regard so you could be reborn and have a new purpose. You're being aligned with your purpose and you're very conscious of this. I think you know what it is, okay? And you don't know exactly how it's going to unfold, but it's like, I know because it's been inner experience through me that there's a greater experience that's been calling to me. And now I'm just being guided there. I'm letting it unfold. I don't got to do anything other than be receptive and be present and be fully conscious and bring to the table my fullest, truest self. This you're able to do. And I feel like this gives you confidence in saying, I could do this. I could do this no matter where I am, no matter what unfolds. I could just be, and that's enough. And you don't need anything else, and in the past, it's like maybe you needed certain things or it was through an illusion, the illusion of feeling separate or like only when I have this or if I'm that way, or it's like, no, I accept me as I am fully, completely. Here I am, here I am. And I know what's for me will unfold in front of me and I will get to enjoy this beautiful 3D universe in the way that I was meant to explore and bring the divine down here. True magic here on earth. It's beautiful, you guys, and you're transitioning through this, but I do feel there's a heavy unknown here, and it's like, what will unfold, but that's part of the excitement. It's like, I'll find out, but I'm totally in a new energy to explore, and you're very fired up about it, okay? And like I said, I don't feel you are alone. I feel like you're definitely pointing in a direction here that feels really intense. And it's like the energy of life. I think it makes you feel alive. It's very vibrant. It's giving me a lot of excitement, a lot of fiery energy. But I think we weren't just in the energy to appreciate it, or the timing wasn't quite right to accept this gift. Okay. But it comes with your spiritual gifts. It comes with your 3D, 5D balance. And it comes with this new insight that you have. So beautiful angel, pile number 4. This is your reading. I love this for you. I hope this resonates and I will see you at the next one. All right. Bye-bye.